What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hats, Tats, and Stats. We are in a different basement, same show, same assholes. Let's do this thing.
I just thought about it because, this basement is mildly creepy. We could do like a double-edged sword type thing, like keep shooting this in basements around town. Ooh. Like, let's just find the creepy places to do it. It's October, right?
Yeah.
It's October.
Themes.
Yeah, let's do a creepy basement.
We're going to do a Halloween. We did say we were going to do a Halloween episode this year.
We did. Yeah, so creepy basement month capped off by a Halloween epi.
Right, and we still need people to give us, me, my main man here, and our partner missing in action, Matt Taylor. What was it? It was movie athletes that we were going to do, right?
It was movie athletes.
Movie athletes.
Yes, movie athletes.
Somebody help us out.
And it was not to one sport. It could have been whatever.
Got 3 dudes, so we need 3 people, 3 costume ideas. We also now need more creepy basements.
Yeah, if you got a creepy basement, let us know. Let's go shoot it.
Yeah, we'll do live on location.
Yeah.
I don't know about live, but we'll be on location.
We can do, you never know.
We'll figure it out.
But we're going to film some stuff.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's going to be mildly investigative.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be a walk-around session without question, just to show how creepy these basements are.
In case you're wondering, this basement is probably about 86% empty because we just tried to sell everything that was down here. On that side of the wall, there are motion lights that keep going on and off, even though we're not motioning over there.
Oh, there it goes. Whatever.
Creepy.
Also, you could tell this was a grandparent's house for sure with the floral, like linoleum wrapping paper on the cabinet doors and stuff.
That cabinet's coming down. We're going to burn it. Last time I burned a cabinet like that, I almost set a tree on fire. There's a lot of weird paints and stuff on there that you don't expect that go up and,
Well, they used a lot of lead back then. You got to be careful. Try not to breathe that shit in. What?
Just taking deep breaths. I'm stuffy. All right. Well, last time we did this, we were 2-0, looking at 3-0 to go in to try to be 4-0. Now, we hit 3-0. We went for 4-0.
Yeah, we fell short.
Fell a little short.
That game was sloppy. Defense was good, but that was...
defensively stout.
Yeah, it looked like 2 of the best defenses in the league.
Sure did.
So, I guess I expected to struggle on offense, so I'm happy that they struggled on offense. Mm-hmm. They scored a lot of points in 3 games, and we held them to 16.
Offensively, we held them to 10.
Yeah, exactly. So I got to be happy about that. Obviously, I'm not happy about Allen. The hit's debatable. I don't know how long I feel like talking about that. It's getting old already.
I agree.
It's, I guess if I'm putting my 2 cents in, I don't think he should have been ejected from the game. I was very surprised there wasn't a fine. That's my opinion.
My whole thing on that is you're going to basically come out and say no helmet-to-helmet contact, but then look the other way when there's certain helmet-to-helmet contact.
And that's what I mean about the fine. Yeah. I don't think it was targeting or malicious, because I understand, how players are moving on the field. So I don't think he should have been ejected. I don't think it was, Vontaze Burfict, he's a missile with a head.
Yes.
And that's a different story. He's launching and it's bad. So that made sense to me. So I don't think it was egregious that he should have been kicked out of the game, but I was very surprised that there was no fine for something that visibly couldn't have been more clear. There's enough camera angles for you.
Right.
So,
he tried to turn his head. There's nothing in the rule about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a lot of things, but I've been called for not being able to get it done.
Right, and you've been called and fined for.
I try and go 16-0, and sometimes it doesn't work. Doesn't mean I'm not trying. So, loss is a loss. Oh, that was rough, but I'm over the conversation.
You just dropped the loss is a loss on me, didn't you?
I don't know.
I got roasted on Twitter on my personal account by some douchebag that coaches local baseball about listen, if you look at the stats, the Bills should have won that game. And he went off on me about how there's no should have in sports, and
that's part of the conversation about when you look at a record, it is what it is. But when I'm in terms of where I stand and stuff like that, I can make those conversations and arguments about, woulda, coulda, shoulda type things, which again aren't relevant at the end of the day on a piece of paper, bottom line. But when I'm talking about my opponent next week, and I go,
and from a coaching standpoint, those are the things you look at and say, like, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? Like we moved the ball well. Their offense scored, like you said, scored a lot of points. People were picking them hands down. Like, there may not be a team that belongs in the same stadium as them, and we outperformed them on both sides of the football.
Yeah, we covered.
Weird.
Didn't bet it.
I forgot where I was going. Anyway, so as a coach, like, those are the things you look at. Like, and you get frustrated when, like, in 4 years you put those numbers up and you say, like, pick the team that won this game, and you're going to pick the team that's statistically better if you don't have a score to go by. That's like, should.
Yeah, if I put stats up on paper next to each other that don't include a win-loss record,
right?
I might not pick a team as opposed to if I see just a win-loss record, I'm picking somebody else. So
right,
that's I would call that context.
Yes, and
there for a reason.
When you talk about things like things that should have or could have happened, that's that's the context we're talking about. And as a coach, it's something I work with regularly. Can you tell I'm a little pissed off about this dude who's on my dick on Twitter? I hope he watches this episode.
It sounds disgruntled, to say the least.
Disgruntled is an understatement.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the table shook a little, but I wasn't sure if that was you or the demons down here.
The demons need to get off my dick, too.
Great. Let's stir the pot. I like it. Happy October.
Spooky episode 1.
Yeah, somebody call Will Grice and let him know that we're doing Halloween episodes. We'll be all over this.
Oh, God. We got to get that dude on the show and paint. Like,
we need Captain Spaulding immediately.
Rest in peace.
Immediately. Yeah, R.I.P. So what do you think about this week, Guy?
This week's going to be fun.
I am jealous that I'm not going to Nashville. I'm sorry that I have a bigger fish to fry with my Dallas Thanksgiving trip. So
I tried figuring out going to Tennessee. It wasn't in the cards for me.
It's not cheap there. It really isn't. I mean, I had a place to stay. I probably could have found a cheap way to go, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
plus flights Bud Light cost $8 there. So floodlights.
We
could use some floodlights down here.
Flights are not crazy going there.
No, not horrible.
They're not awful, and especially if you do it right.
The drive's not even that bad.
No.
You have to take a Monday off of work, but I mean, I did it a couple years ago by myself. I made it through. Plus, Kentucky, there's no speed limit. Woo!
I drove to Jacksonville.
I drove to Arizona twice and home. Stupid.
Dumb. I told you that when you did it, but that's
true. There's evidence.
You win some, you lose some.
I had fun.
Someone's got to.
It was hot.
Too hot. Picking up where we left off.
Tennessee, motherfucker.
The only 10 I see is the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's awesome segue because the Bills win this game, right?
Yeah.
The Bills they don't have to win this game. But if this season's going to progress how we think it should progress, this is a game I'm supposed to win, and I got to win those games.
Yeah, this is a game the Bills should win.
This is like I win this game so that way when I lose to New England again, I'm still in the playoffs. Which I said it last week before the game. If I was within a score, like a one-possession game, even if I lost, if I was within a score, we are a playoff team. And if you look at the standings, we're third in the AFC. The AFC is consuming itself, and there's really not a lot of wild card standouts right now. So as happens quite often, and I know it's early, but Jesus, do we not control our own destiny? Go win the games we're supposed to win.
Right.
There's got to be one.
Right. And as far as I'm concerned, they got a good running back. He runs the ball hard.
Can't catch the ball out of the backfield though. And I've been able to stop the run pretty well.
And that's my point. We've faced arguably two of, if not the two best running backs in the league already in Barkley and Bell. The only other one I would put up there, we'll see him on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'll be a test and a half, and that's because they have
They actually
they have a full offense.
Yeah,
so
they can do both sides.
The Giants, again, I'm stuffing the box. I'm taking him out of the game and making Eli beat me. Congratulations. Same thing with Darnold and Bell. We did that. And I'm going to do it again this week.
Absolutely.
Because Mariota ain't beating me. Sorry, that's going to be a nightmare for him. It's going to be Pick City.
City, bitch.
So as long as we don't deviate from the plan and continue to do the same thing we did to these other offensive models that have just a running back and no one else, we should be just fine. No updates from Allen today. Have you heard anything on Allen?
Last I saw, he's in stage 4.
I saw that last night, and I've got nothing new.
The last step after stage 4, which to my knowledge, stage 4 is the the team physician is clearing you, basically saying you're good to go. And then after that, it's step 5 or stage 5 is the independent contracting doctor of the NFL comes in.
Third party action.
And says yay or nay. And until he says yay, you don't play. So that's where I'm told we're at. That's the last I saw. Those are my sources.
2 hours ago, no status change.
No status change. Still probably on the injury report as questionable.
Yeah, participated on a limited basis in the workout on a rainy day at Bill's Drive, but to what extent that was, nobody knows. So, closed doors action, but at least he's doing something mildly promising. I'm also not going to be mad about Barkley playing a football game here.
No.
Not that, and we can shut the shit down right now about a quarterback controversy because
thank God
Barkley had some decent plays, but
if you
he looked like
there,
shit too. So if you really watch what happened there, he got beat up. He was indecisive at times, and so he's got. I actually liked his chances when he came in. I said that out loud. I turned around and I said I think Barkley wins this game for us, but that was not a knock on Allen. I think it was just a time and a place, part, spark, part, just a different guy. So maybe we get an edge on them, offensively because they were scheming for one guy and now I got a totally different human being in there. So maybe in a panic of a last fourth quarter, do I get the edge here type thing? So by no shape or form was it a knock on Allen. Let's knock it off.
I take that. I was at the game. I'm setting up every snap. Whistle blows. I'm looking at the tunnel. And I think if you'd have seen Allen come running out of that tunnel, that place would have erupted.
Right, yeah. And I would have gladly let him right back in the game. Absolutely.
And so I'll tell you, I believe if Allen does come jogging out of that tunnel, I think we come away with a W. I think we squeeze one out.
It gives me one of those last-minute drives for me. Yeah. Walks the ball into the end zone somehow.
And I think I like Barkley. I think he's intelligent enough to get it done. I think you saw some of his limited skill set when he was trying to get it done.
And again, but he was playing the same dominant defense than Allen was, so it wasn't going to be phenomenal. Again, he made some plays, and it was a spark, but he also got his ass kicked at the same time.
Absolutely,
and looked just as bad.
Yeah.
So, I also think the bye week plays a factor here because right after
going right into it.
Yeah. So, do you play it safe and give him an extra week?
What are we doing for the bye week?
Conversations have started. No progress has been made. Alcohol will be consumed.
You heard it here first.
We're not going to brunch either. Also, I don't know if you know that, but Allie asked me.
Yeah, no, that was actually asked because the family wanted to know. They're looking
4 weeks ago.
That's what I said when she asked me too. I was like, I'm pretty sure it stops at football season.
It sure does. It sure does.
You gain a wonderful thing, and you lose a wonderful thing.
Yeah, brunch at Sidelines does not go on during football season. However, they do have a nice game day menu. It's fantastic. Go check it out.
But it's not brunch.
Yeah, we'll check brunch out in the off season. We'll get back to you.
We'll do a live shoot from brunch.
Oh my God!
I feel like you know somebody who could make that happen.
I think we can do something about that.
Oh, fucking A right.
Yeah, how about it? So yeah, did they sit him down for an extra week? Because I mean, he's got the time, and we're playing an opponent that we could win with a backup type thing.
I feel like that depends on the confidence level that your coaching staff has in your backup. Do they think we win this game with Barkley?
I think it's a weighted conversation. I mean, part of it is how do we feel about this and how healthy is he?
Right.
I mean, if the man's 100%, there's nothing to worry about, then he plays the game. I'm fine with that. I'm not babying him.
But if you're worried about him taking, a little jostle and going back into concussion protocol.
If he gets cleared on Saturday night at midnight, man, do I bother?
And flip that coin.
Because I'm sure at this point, Barkley's got to be taking number 1 reps
all week.
So
Gotta be.
I know, am I going to flip the script on a guy who's been nothing but sitting in an MRI booth, all week?
Well, I think if he's cleared before Saturday night, Allen will play, because I think that is a good test to him being healed, we'll say. I think we can win this game with Barkley.
People need to stop bringing up the buzz about Trent Edwards too, man. It's like shell shock for me. I was at that game in Arizona. It just came up in my time hop today, actually.
Oh, weird.
That I was leaving for Arizona to go to that game. And the one thing is 5-0, an exclamation point. And I remember I walked into the game, and we got in maybe 2 minutes late. And J.P. Lossman's already throwing the ball. I'm looking around like, what happened to Trent? The Bills were never the same. It was so sad. So sad.
Sure
I blame myself. Like, was I not on time? Was that the problem? It's 95 in the parking lot in Arizona. You know how long it takes to shut a tailgate down without sweating through 3 layers of clothes? God, I'm sorry it took me a minute.
Start the game later.
Yeah. God. It's gooder.
Way more gooder.
So
there was something in there I was going to comment on, and I lost it.
Who cares?
Let's go to Arizona.
It's Bills take Tennessee. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of ways we lose this game.
No. It would have to be a complete team collapse. I don't think they have enough offensively to get through our defense, and I don't think their defense can do enough to stop. Is Singletary playing?
I was just trying to find that, actually, and I could not see anything. I got sidetracked on diving through Josh Allen nonsense. But, God, I hope so. I think that was another one that we babied last week. I think he could have played last week. Devin Motor. I mean, it's such a great nickname. Where do you find that? 5'7", he's shorter than me. That's awesome.
It just means you haven't hit your potential yet.
I have a lot of potential. That is very true. That is very true.
Well, especially if he's healthy, I think that's just another notch in the why we should and will win.
Let's talk about Zay Jones.
Zay Jones, I'm not going to say it, but my man,
what's the deal?
You're this close to being on the list.
His whole claim to fame in college.
Best hands in his class. Best hands in the class.
And now he's fucking Clifford Franklin.
Was offended that he wasn't taken higher because of how good his hands are.
Yeah. Now he's Clifford Franklin. Dropping fucking Twinkies in the middle of the street. Yeah, hot hands Hanen. You're the best player on our team, Hanen. Yeah, what do we got to do? 3 toilet paper rolls? Get your shit together. Duke Williams is chomping at the bit, and so is the rest of Bills Mafia. They already have you on the suck list. You're a week away.
Yep.
A week away. It's a probation. You're on probation.
You're on suck probation.
Yeah, suck probation.
Big rebound week out of you.
Yeah.
Listen, I thought I wanted Duke Williams on the roster from day one.
I agree. That was the only roster move in the offseason that I wasn't fully on board with. Another year of looking like a genius, doing everything he's got to do, and it was the only one. But I mean, maybe he needed a couple of weeks, and maybe Billy knew that Zay Jones was going to play himself out of right off a team. I don't know. What do I know? But he's terrible right now.
Oh, it's so bad.
Terrible.
And watching him give up on Allen's third interception, just like it looked like he didn't know the ball was for him.
That was the drops were one thing, and I hadn't noticed the complete lack of engagement. Like, there are just plays that he's non-existent. That bothers me even more. Like, physical stuff, it is what it is. Like last game, the block punt for a touchdown, and people were pointing at it of why we lost the game. And I would argue other points about not kicking field goals and wasting timeouts were way more important than a block punt. A block punt's a physical mistake. It happened. We got beat on something, but ripping through timeouts in the third quarter and not having anything to give in the fourth, playing for 7 instead of 3 bothered me. Like, I got 11 plus minutes, and why am I not playing for 3 for the rest of the game?
Right.
With 11 minutes and my defense is dominating, why would I not put my offense 3 points away instead of 6? I don't get it. I didn't get it, and I still don't get it. And I mean, you want to make the argument about we haven't beat this team in forever, we should go for it. Well, I would argue the best chance we had to beat that team was playing a real football game. 2 years ago, when I don't belong in that football game, fuck yeah, go for it.
Right.
But I belonged in this game, so I should have played it properly and kicked the damn field goal. Going for it made it feel desperate, like this is our only shot to win. And I would have said that football game was even, and we should have played it accordingly.
There were little nuances of that game that almost felt like we're not used to being there, so it was above us a little bit, and that's one of them. Like, and it feels like in any other game, I feel like right then and there,
McDermott kicks the ball.
So
did he get nervous? Like, fuck, I gotta make a move. And listen, I'm not there in a pressure-packed situation. I'm sitting in the stands just doing math with nothing else to do. So I know McDermott's got 50 people with their fingers in his asshole, and he's got a lot going on. But it was a mistake as far as I'm concerned. I don't know I don't get a chance to ask him if he panicked or if he just thought it was his move. Did he read the book and say this is a number?
I'll even go as far as saying, in the moment, my brain was like, hell yeah, we got to go for this. We're on the one.
Right, was it just... adrenaline,
yeah.
Get him. But I looked at the guy behind me and said, "We kicked this, right?" And I turned around and I didn't even watch. I didn't watch him go for it. I put my head in the guy's chest behind me. I was like, I can't believe what we're doing.
Zay Jones dropped the ball. It was a bad pass. It wasn't a great throw. Wasn't a great throw.
Yeah, it's the NFL. You get two hands on the ball, catch it. I get it, but it's a bad throw. It's a bad fucking play call, though. It's what bothered me even more.
Yeah, because he wasn't in the end zone.
That's our play call.
He wasn't even in the end zone.
Yeah. Kick the ball. 11 plus minutes, 11 and a half, the 3-point game. That's an eternity, with or without timeouts.
Yeah.
I get 2 possessions, right, with 11 minutes at least?
Easy.
Okay.
Especially
2 possessions to play for 3 or 2 possessions to play for 6. Which one do you want?
Right.
Damn it.
I mean, I don't know, unless that was the thought, like, oh, if we don't.
Or do I have more possessions?
We have 2 possessions to go, 3.
But I would have argued I don't have timeouts, so I need my possessions. Let's act like I'm only getting 2. Because I had no timeouts there. Right. I was done. So I just...
Hey, that's why he gets paid more than we do.
I heard that. Wait,
paid for this, Dad?
Paid? Hi. Okay. That's okay. Is there a door we can close over there?
You'd think.
All right.
Doors are fun.
Must be
we're
going for it over there.
We're beating the Titans. We should have kicked the ball and made it a 3-point game against the Patriots. Again,
we need to be 4-1 going into a bye.
A lot of should-haves. See how that works. There's definitely should-haves in sports.
4-1 going to the bye. We get the Dolphins. 5-1. Then we play an Eagles team. We don't know what we're getting there.
Right.
But then I get the Redskins after that.
That's a win.
Yeah. And so let's call it 6-2. Let's say I lose to the Eagles. I'm still 6-2. In the beginning of November. I get a Browns game, which should be a good game, and then a Dolphins piece.
And then a Broncos piece, which should be another good one.
Right. So let's say I lose to the Browns, and then I get 2 more. What am I, 9-3 now?
9-3 going to the Cowboys.
And Thanksgiving. I'm sitting pretty looking for playoff pictures here. So I got to get these wins in the middle. I'm going to get the Jets one more time at the end. The Ravens are obviously going to be a tough game. The Steelers, I still don't know who the Steelers are yet.
If we're 9-3,
I need 2 wins.
Yeah,
and they're right here. Denver, Jets. Denver was part of the 9-3.
Yeah. So Jets, and then
the Steelers. The Steelers is a matchup. The Jets is a win. I see 11 obviously you got to win football games. But I don't have a hard time looking at 11 wins right now.
No, this is. And that's with giving.
And I think I only need 10 to make the playoffs. I really do.
And the messed up part is that's with looking at losing to the Browns.
Yeah, I gave you a loss to the Browns, which again is not a loss.
A loss to the Browns and a loss to the Eagles.
Yeah, I gave you 3 losses just for not being a homer.
Right. So if you either one of those goes the other way.
So let's count losses. This is easier. So I got 1 New England right now. So I give you an Eagles loss, a Browns loss. I'll give you a Ravens and a Patriots loss. I'm 11.
Yeah, and that very easily could be 12. Very easily could be 12.
There's games in there. So, I'm sorry, the Cowboys lost. There's 6. There's your 10-6. If I'm giving you, and I'm counting the Browns and Eagles losses, is I think those are even games. I would lean more towards the Ravens loss in reality, but I mean, again, the Browns and Eagles losses are just for the sake of not being a complete homer,
right,
and making a number look realistic. I know in reality, I'm not winning 15 games.
No.
But I could.
But listen.
But I could.
And even more so,
I could.
You could win 12. There are 10 or 12 winnable games right there.
Games. Which is fun to say.
Wrap your brain around being a 12-win team, a 12-win wild card team.
That's called home playoff game?
Is that how that works?
Someone's got to play at home, right?
Well, if say we drop 2 to the Patriots, they have a better record, they take the division. We could be a 12-win wild card squad.
Yeah.
And be playing away.
I'd go.
I gotta start saving money. Fuck.
Yeah, man. Holiday's coming up hot. Should we start looking at other potential wild card teams to find out where we're going? It's early. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not going to do that because this is a real spiral I'm going to go down in a minute.
Well, because, I mean...
Dad, get ready for the playoffs, Dad.
Yeah, we're playing a couple of them with the Browns, the Ravens.
Yeah. Could you imagine a playoff game with the Bills and the Browns?
Oh my God!
Welcome to the '80s.
People would die.
'90s, late '80s, right?
I don't know if a Cleveland playoff game would be something I'd go to. I'd probably end up in a body bag that day.
But Mark's going to make us go. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, Mark is going to make us go.
You want to go schedule time? Pick some games?
Check the Sketty.
It's fucking Sketty better.
Thursday night game. Rams, Seahawks.
Hot. Rams at the Seahawks.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. On Fox, NFL Network, and Prime Video, and your sister's asshole and fucking Vic DiBattista. I'll give him a little pop there because he's hilarious. The Pony Express. His videos are great. Also, Guy, you'll never see this, but your press conferences that you do on Instagram are fucking hilarious. He comes out as like the coach and he does these midweek press conferences to the press, and he's just got a flag, like a Giants flag behind him, and he addresses them all, and then he does a pregame spiel and a postgame spiel, and they are money. And if you go check his Instagram out, please go look at the one from the Bills game. It's good stuff.
I'm gonna request you send that to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rams and Seahawks. You went first last week, so piss off. I'm taking it this week.
Take it.
First of all, Tampa Bay is putting up a 55 spot on the Rams. Now, I didn't see the game because Sunday got weird, but the highlights that game looked like a disaster. Turnover central. Mm-hmm. I don't see the Rams being that sloppy again. However, the Seahawks at home, I got to take the Seahawks here. I think this is actually more of a lower scoring affair. I see both teams in the 20s at the most.
Yeah. I see this being far more defensive.
Yeah, like 24-21.
I see the Rams offense struggling because we all know that Jared Goff doesn't call his own plays, doesn't make his own on-field adjustments. He's all in the headset, and it's going to be it's going to be hard to hear that.
I think they're going to dial him back a smidge and try and control the game on the ground a little bit more, but does Todd Gurley exist? But the only way you don't give up 55 is possession.
Right.
So I think the offense is going to look a little different, and I think that's going to play into the Seahawks' hands because Russell will find a way to score enough points to win a game.
I'm going to go the other way with it. I think that controlling that game is going to keep the Seahawks at bay, slow them down a little bit, and stuff the rock with the guy. I mean, the guy and the dude doing the stuff. You know what I mean?
The Seahawks ran the ball a lot last year, and it helped them immensely. I don't know how much they've been sticking to that this year, but they're still a good football team overall.
I agree.
And
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. It'll be another good game, and it'll be another solid Thursday.
Thursday nights are such crapshoots. These short weeks. There's less game planning.
Last week was a good one.
Last week was a good one. I regret not watching it.
I wake up, I start it on my phone while I'm getting ready for work, and then I listen to it on my phone on my way to work, and then I catch the end of it at work. So I actually get to watch a little bit of Thursday night this year. It's weird. We already picked the Bills Titans for the 1 o'clock.
Sure.
So there's only 2 at 4 o'clock.
But
It's got to be the Packers-Cowboys.
yeah, that's a good matchup
It's got to
there.
be.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. That's got to be the Fox game of the week, right? So I'm going to give me some Joe Buck and Aikman. Joe Buck and Aikman. Can we just make that one long name?
Joe Buck and Aikman?
Buckin, and I mean like B-U-C-K apostrophe N is his middle name.
Yeah.
Joe Buckin Aikman. That's quality. He definitely bails hay.
Joe Buck and Aikman and Cowboy Troy calling the game.
Also, I'm rooting for a Broncos win. I know we're not picking this game, but just for sake of AFC playoff picture,
Yeah, that'd be.
I would like the Broncos to take a Charger out. That'd be awesome. Any AFC consumption. So the Ravens and the Steelers get to beat each other up this week, which is great. I mean, I don't care about the Jets, so whatever happens there. If a Colts could pull an upset on the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs win their division, so they're irrelevant to me in the first place. So
Agreed.
Fuck it, go Chiefs. Let's keep the Colts in the middle of nowhere. Panthers over the Jaguars would be good. The AFC South just needs to
Gardner Minshew.
north. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm thinking about bringing it. I think I'm maybe just going to do a Fu Manchu mustache, get rid of this beard, and see what happens. Yeah.
Never a fan of getting rid of the beard, but
Yeah, but it grows back
yeah, but
all the time,
I know.
every time.
But this is the one time.
It's like
you're-
Sex Panther.
This is like the one time a year you actually like let it go usually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, I can start that now. Packers or boys? Your call.
Pack and the boys.
Yeah, packing boys.
Packing boys.
Joe Buckin, Aikman.
Buck and Aikman.
Packing the boys.
I think the Cowboys take it.
Oh.
I don't want them to, but I think they do.
Nobody ever wants the boys to win.
I think the Packers still need a running game.
I think the Packers are playing Buffalo Bills football, defense, and just enough QB to win. And but however, their QB is Rodgers, which is still not the GOAT. I'm not changing my tune. Not the fucking GOAT. Hasn't earned a goddamn thing. Packers beat the boys strictly out of hatred of the boys this year.
Fair enough.
I hate the boys. But I mean, if I'm picking, the Cowboys should win this game. I see this game being fourth quarter
Aaron Rodgers
Hail Mary bullshit. If you want my money, I'm picking the boys, but I can just see it going down like this, and that's where I'm picking from. Is strictly gut check Rodgers crap.
Putting my money on the boys, and I'm going to get screwed by a late Romo stupid interception because Romo sucks.
Romo does suck. It's gonna be a Romo pick.
Romo pick.
Maybe a Romo mishandled extra point.
Ugh.
Something awesome. Colts and Chiefs.
You know, I don't really know what the Colts have been doing, but
They're not bad. They're not a bad
not.
football team. They really aren't. They.
Jacoby Brissett is doing weird Jacoby Brissett things.
I mean, nobody thought he was terrible either. Just
No.
needed. I don't think Jacoby Brissett's a prolific NFL starter, but he's.
Better than some.
Exactly. In a world where there's 64 QB jobs, I got him in the top 32. So I can say that for him.
Right. They're doing weird stuff over there. They're not a bad football. They're not beating the Chiefs. Although there have been Chiefs have had a couple close calls of late, and so
Somebody's home, right?
yeah.
Yeah, real weird.
So like I said, I don't think anybody's beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, this isn't even
Not the
for.
Colts. Not the Colts aren't beating the Chiefs.
This isn't even for sake of picks and numbers. Chiefs have a letdown here.
Ooh.
This is a Sunday night letdown after the Lions went toe to toe with you, and I think the Chiefs at some point are going to have one of these weeks where they just kind of run out of steam a little bit, come out flat. And I think the change of routine for a Sunday night, hype at home, Mahomes, letdown week, Colts.
Ooh. The Browns and the Niners.
Haven't seen this matchup since the Reagan administration.
I don't
know what either one of these teams are.
Who are the Browns?
I don't know. Who's Jimmy Garoppolo? You got quarters? I'll flip something here. I don't even know if I have half-assed insight to this, if that's what I call my information or whatever, and for whoever's listening. But I don't even know how I would sort this one out.
Yeah.
I don't know who the Browns are whatsoever. I've got a better idea of who the Niners are.
I know who the Browns are. The Browns are a hype train.
Oh,
And fuck the Browns.
Ooh.
Niners, put it on the board.
put the Niners on the board.
Puts the Niners on the board. You know why? Because the Browns have fucked me left and right this year. Got me booted out of a suicide pool week 1. You guys are supposed to break all kinds of offensive records. You guys are supposed to be the powerhouse.
Laid an egg.
Fuck me. Threw up a donut.
They laid an egg.
Then I got Baker Mayfield. 2 fantasy leagues. What are you doing for me, bro? Watching OBJ get in fist fights because he lost an earring.
Yeah,
The
stop
Browns are
wearing
the
jewelry.
Browns. That's who the Browns are.
Bro, they're who we thought they were.
They're the factory of sadness.
Oh, my
49ers by 40.
The mistake on the lake. Yeah, I'm not arguing any of this. Go Niners. Fuck it. I mean, good enough for me.
Said it with conviction. I
Yeah.
got the man on board.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, but for the most part, none of that was wrong. I think the Browns are still the Browns until the Browns prove
That they're not doing
not
Brown
the Browns.
stuff.
Yeah, it's 2-2. You're still the Browns. I
Yeah.
mean, I understand you're not 1-15, but you're still the Browns until further notice. I mean, I have more promise for the Browns than I ever have, but you're still the Browns. Sorry, guys. Go Niners. Get a logo or something. The fact that your logo is your helmet just pisses me off so much.
Not only that-
Bring that lawn gnome back on the side of the house. I don't care. Write Browns. Do something.
Put a dog on the side.
Yeah, rough. All you idiots in that fucking stadium just barking away like fucking scumbags. At least put the damn bulldog on the side of the head in your dog pound. You can all walk around like biscuits. I'm going to put y'all on leashes, you fucking losers.
This is how dumb the Browns are. Your name is the Browns.
Paul Brown.
Your logo's orange.
Paul Brown.
Idiot.
Do you remember when then Cincinnati happened and they put the same colors on because there was a feud and then the Browns and there's an awesome story of the state of Ohio and you're all brown and orange garbage. Go
Bengals are brown.
Niners.
At least the Bengals have black. It wouldn't make any sense if they were brown. It would make as much sense if they wore brown as it does that the Browns wear orange.
I don't make the fucking rules. Just get a logo.
Anything else for the good order?
No.
I think we got it wrapped up here.
I can't take it anymore.
You know, I hate the Browns so much right now.
I feel that.
Intensely.
Yeah.
Boomtown!